Let's start with Teddy Bridgewater. And how much did you see, and did you see us stumble, and do you think that that was a legitimate reason to pull him from the game?
I mean, that's not my job. I mean, that's the first thing you could say. But no, I think we were all really bummed at how Teddy went out that first play. Obviously, somebody saw something, and we're all competitors. We're all going to try and strap up. We're all going to try and play. That's just the nature of the beast, and there are people out there looking for us, and a lot of hindsight from ex-players, people in those positions. So as much as it hurts in the short term, there's people looking out and just being extra cautious and safe. So definitely double-edged sword, but it was really tough to see Teddy go out like that, and just knowing how he prepared, and it was his moment, right? So we're really fighting for him.
How good was it to see Raheem in the running game get going? To see him really get loose for the first time this season.
Man, Raheem is he's a speed demon, and it's just so smooth when you watch him work. Week in, week out, day in, day out, and I think that's kind of the whole message we've had as a running back room is we're just going to stay on this process. We're going to keep working at it. The running game's going to click. We're inches away here, there, whatever, and it was just a lot of guys staying on the details, offensive line, myself, quarterback, running back, just being able to kind of put it all together. Wide receivers blocking on the edge. You saw that jet sweep. You had Trent Sherfield and River Craycraft like locking guys up over on the edge. So it literally takes all 11 to make the run game work. And I think that's just an epitome of our team. Like, guys are going to work. We're going to consistently, play to our standard. And I think the run game is just like, you just got to keep fighting, stay consistent with that work, and things will hit.
How close are you paying attention to what the Raiders are doing?
I mean, I talked to my guys over there for sure. So I talked to Foster, Hunter, Josh, AJ Cole. So I definitely have some friends over there that check in on. So I know they're playing tonight, playing the Chiefs. So it'll be a fun Monday Night Football for sure.
What do you think of Skylar Thompson going in, and just the contingency plans now if he does have to go in again?
No, I think Skylar did awesome. 7th-round quarterback, rookie guy, having to step up immediately after that, going out to New York, division game, got to have it type of game. And to see him show up, play poised, and have a guy like that who's 20, I don't know how old is he, 22, 23, 25? He's old. He's almost as old as I am. Shoot. No, but I mean, he plays like that, right? He has confidence, he has composure and conviction, and we trust him in this room. So I think it's cool to see a guy like that step up when you needed him to. And I think a lot of guys in our offense and team in general really need to step up for sure.
Alec, how does the team feel after the two losses? And I mean from the standpoint of you did so many good things in the first 3 games.
Yeah.
Injuries didn't seem to bother you. I mean, how much of this are you attributing to injury, and how much to just being beaten by better teams?
Man, I think you could have any excuse, any reason for any loss that you want. And I think being a professional football player, being a guy in the locker room, the talent's there. The coaches are there. The pieces of puzzle are there. We've proven that, like you said. And it's just about us coming together as a team, finding our formula to win, having a standard and sticking to it. And I feel like those are all simple answers that you can give, but it's really hard to do on a week-to-week basis. And that's what separates good teams from great. And I think we got a really good opportunity to show guys that want to be coachable, want to get better, want to have a long season, 17, 18, 19, 20 weeks. And that's kind of what we're facing right now is a lot of guys that have to look in the mirror and be accountable, whether you thought you did good or it's that reason or that circumstance. Like, let's just get better. Let's just keep working. And I think that's kind of where we're at right now.
How much does the locker room believe in that?
I think you have to. I don't think there's any other option. And when you get 53 guys pushing in the same direction, I think that's where power is. I think that's where a team can come together. I think that's where an identity comes out of, and it comes with work. So, we can talk at a press conference and you can answer these questions. It can sound cool and, like we believe it, but it's going to start on a Wednesday practice, and then it's going to follow up with Thursday padded practice. How are we going to respond? Then it's Friday, Saturday, let's put it on tape Sunday. And whether the result, win, loss, draw, whatever that is, like, the way we go about our work and the way we consistently push this wheel and push this whole thing moving the same direction, that's what it's all about. And it's like you look at a guy left to you, right of you, you trust him because he's playing for you. He's not playing for himself. And I can play for a coach. I can play for Raheem. I can play for Chase. I can play for all these guys. That's where power comes in. And that's where you come together as a team. And that's what we need to do.
For a guy who takes a lot of hits, just going back to Teddy for a moment, what are your thoughts on the addition of the new rule and just kind of taking that extra step to protect players.
Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, it is that double-edged sword. Like, we're all competitors. We want to be out there. We want to play for our brothers. We want to play for the organization, the team, the coaches. And you put so much, you sacrifice so much for these limited opportunities. You get 17 opportunities. So as a player in the heat of battle, you're always going to try and get up, right? You're always going to try and play for the people next to you. And for the organization, the NFLPA, the NFL, to come in, protect us from ourselves a little bit and be able to say, you know, we're going to protect you from injuring yourself further, from your family, playing with your grandkids one day. You know, I think they have a lot of insight there too. And I know I want to play with my grandkids, and I'm going to play as hard as I can for my guys right now for all these limited opportunities. And you just got to trust the people in charge that they have the best interest in there for you.
Just being from Wisconsin, got to send this back to Green Bay. Any extra giddy up? Just knowing that it's the Vikings, with you being a football fan and growing up.
No, I mean, I grew up and, you know, played. I watched the Vikings twice a year very closely, right? Like NFC North. So I definitely know what that's all about. Played up there my rookie year. So I do think that this is a week and an opportunity to play for these guys and play for the room, play for the organization, and any of that extra jazz you can kind of leave to the side right now. We got enough to worry about right now.
Alec, does this offense have an identity right now? Is it a big play offense, or is the identity still evolving?
Oh, it's still evolving. It probably always will be. And I think that's power in having so many playmakers on offense. You got Cheetah, you got Waddle, you got all the guys that can make the big splash plays, but then it's the guys up front in the trenches too. And I think that an offense that we have, the personnel that we have, being able to step up when your number is called is huge. And whether that's a run-first game, a pass-first game, big play game, grind-it-out type of game, ugly game, good weather, bad weather, whatever, I think being able to be a Dolphin and be able to win or be in any type of game that you need to be in, I think that's where teams can get dangerous.
Do you think the run game scheme can kind of mask some of those injuries along the offensive line?
I mean, I think when you talk about a run game scheme, it really is earlier when I talked about all 11 playing together. And that's where you have power and guys stepping up, right? So when you have injuries, when you have guys that are going down, having tight ends that can learn multiple positions, wide receivers that can take the ownership of the playbook, and running backs and fullbacks be able to be adjustable, right? Be football players and understand the whole concept and be able to kind of give defenses different looks. I think that's where there is a little bit of power in the run game and the concepts that we run. So it's just a lot of guys taking ownership and buying in, getting a little bit better every single day, and we'll put some good stuff on tape.
Considering it was Skylar's first start yesterday, how much more points did that give to you guys finally getting the running game going and taking some of the weight off his shoulders with it?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was close for a while, right? And just being there with Skylar, seeing him call plays in the huddle, we had confidence in him from a great preseason, from a great training camp. It is great to see it in regular season come to life. So a lot of things that the players, coaches, organization's been preaching, it really did. There was some good things to take out of it, especially from the run game. So just got to keep building on that and keep pushing.